Are you struggling to find new owners or new properties to bring into your short-term rental management business? Well, this episode is for you. If you're managing properties already, then you get it. The more properties you're managing, the more revenue you should be making, right? But a lot of managers out there have gotten a little stuck. Today's episode, we're going to talk about 13 strategic ways to help grow your short-term rental management business. The first thing you can do to make sure that your name is out there is to sign up for Airbnb's co-host network. So just go to airbnb.com/co-host, sign up there so that your name, your property management business is out there in the Airbnb world. Of course, you want to make sure that your property management name is also in your about profiles on all the listing platforms where you have all of your properties listed. The second thing you're going to want to do is just make sure that you have a CRM system set up. So a place where you can take notes on potential owners that might want to join you. These are big decisions, right? And so you may have quite a few conversations with someone and they decide later on that they want to join you. We know that a lot of owners out there sometimes contemplate changing management companies, or maybe they're managing the properties themselves and they're sort of deciding if they want to join a management company. Maybe something happens where they get a bad review or they have some really challenging guests and they throw their hands up, they're going to reach out to you. So keeping track of all those notes is going to be very, very helpful. Make sure you don't forget any details about the potential properties that might be joining you. Now, there are some services set up to help you find people proactively. And so I've sort of bucketed this all into step 2, which is having the CRM system, but also doing some proactive searching. We had Brooke Fouts on this channel a long time ago. He started a company called Vintory, VINTORY.com. He built a property management business in the past. He discovered some of the things that really helped grow it. One is outbound marketing. And so he's got a company set up to help you do this without going through all the workload. The third step to growing your business is to have some good referral networks, right? So we know that real estate agents, for example, a lot of times they sell new homeowners or new short-term rental owners a property, and those owners don't have a manager lined up. And so connect with local realtors in your area. They can be a great referral source. You might also consider connecting with local interior designers, especially the ones that specialize with short-term rentals. You can talk with short-term rental cleaning companies. A lot of they know these owners very well, and they might have some owners that aren't super satisfied with their current management setup, or maybe they're managing the properties on their own. So referrals are really, really important. They're also one of those strategies that can help you grow your business indefinitely, right? A fourth step that you can take to help grow your business is what Michael Sjogren calls the UI method. He's from STR Secrets. We've had him on the show before. First one is to get AirDNA. We've talked about this tool before. It has access to all of the Airbnb listings across the world. You're going to want to use their map section to narrow down on properties within your market. You can use the filters within AirDNA to search for properties that have less than stellar reviews, you could say. And this could indicate owners that are having a hard time with the existing management company. Then you're going to find that property on Google Maps. That's going to take a little bit of kind of filtering around, but you basically are going to zoom in on AirDNA, and then you're going to find that same Airbnb listing on Google Maps. You can confirm the address by searching for it on Zillow. You're going to use a tool called propwire.com to find the owner's name and their mailing address. I realize there's a few steps here, but this definitely works. So you're going to use another tool called truepeoplesearch.com to actually get that owner contact info. And then you're simply going to reach out to them. The fifth step is you want to optimize your Google presence. You want to get reviews from all of your existing management clients so that the more reviews you have, the more visibility, the more you show up in your local market. So all of these steps really complement each other, right? You don't want to do just one or the other. If you're doing all of these steps, then you're going to grow much, much faster with better results. Now, growing is one thing, but growing efficiently without all the stress is another thing. So if you're out there and you're already growing, well, congrats to you. If you're looking for help, if you're feeling some of these bottlenecks, well, our team at Corsley loves working with other smaller property managers. We have a really big team on the back end. We've got over 100 SOPs that we help implement, and all of our management partners, processes, and operations. And so we handle everything from revenue management to the guest experience to listing and all the technology piece so that you can focus on growing your business. So if you're interested in chatting with us, we'd love to meet with you. You can go to strriches.com. There's a partner with us button there. The sixth step is that you want to create brand visibility through your existing properties and through your existing website. So not Google, but your direct booking website where you're showcasing all of the properties that you're managing. That of course means that you want to have a very nice website, right? If a new potential partner or owner wants to join you and they go to your website and it looks kind of hacked together, then it's not going to be that great. You can also advertise your services within each of your properties. The more your name is out there, no matter where it is in your properties, on your profiles, online in Google and your direct booking website, this is going to help build your presence and this is going to help build your company. The seventh thing you can do is either create or join existing Facebook groups or other social media groups and really contribute value to them. Let people know that you know how to manage properties, that you have great results, and people will naturally see that and they will reach out to you. And after meeting with them, you'll be able to prove your knowledge in the industry and in your specific market to help acquire new partners. The eighth one, and this is one that I know really well, is to create content, free content, just like this channel. It can be a podcast, it can be a YouTube channel. Share your expertise. That's what we've been doing here on this channel for the last 6 years now, almost. So I hope that you've been finding value in all of our content. We've talked about all kinds of things. It's been a fun journey. If you have been enjoying the content, please leave us a like, a thumbs up, or subscribe. These things take a lot of time to grow a channel, but if you put out good content and you put out good value, then that channel will grow faster. And it's a really good way to show credibility and show your expertise and to reach a really wide audience. Step number 9, after you've grown your business a little bit, well, you can have some homeowner appreciation days. The better connection, the better relationship you have with your clients, the more referrals you're going to get. If you're doing a really good job managing their properties, then naturally they're going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their family, and through word of mouth, you'll be able to grow much faster. Okay, and step 10. Now this one's not going to be for all of you out there, but if you're in a market that has some really prime properties, maybe you want to identify some that are generating over $100,000, for example, and you're actually going to send them personalized gifts. So you can either use that owner's direct address that you would have uncovered in step 4, or you could send it right to the vacation rental property address. We know that the short-term rental guests aren't going to be going through the mail, and so you can leave it right there in the mailbox. Now you'll want to send a nice handwritten card along with it, but good news, you don't have to actually hand write out all the cards. You can use a company called Handwritten. Written is spelled with a Y, WRYTTEN. It's a really cool company that will custom write any message you put in there with actual ink, and it looks like it was written, but you can send them out in bulk. Remember, you want to reserve this just for your target properties because sending out personalized gifts could add up. But when you send that gift out, make sure that it's something memorable. Have your branding on there in some sort of subtle little way. Let them know that you have a lot of experience in the market. Consider sending something like custom luggage tags, for example. All right, step 11, and this one's a little bit different. This is lease arbitrage. Now, I know you've heard a lot of negative things about lease arbitrage out there, and this isn't exactly management, but it does help you grow your portfolio, right? And there's a lot of owners out there that maybe have great properties that aren't yet short-term rentals, and they don't want to go through all the work of furnishing and doing it and all that. Well, this is a good opportunity for you to partner with them. You don't own the properties, right? But you lease them from them, or you create some sort of partnership where you ultimately are managing these properties. You have full control, and then you're growing your portfolio. For those of you that have tuned in for a long time, you know that I've done this with 10 properties in our portfolio that I signed a 7-year lease with. It's worked fabulously well, and it's also given us a lot more credibility in that market because we have 10 more properties than we otherwise would have had. Step 12, this is a bigger step, but I think a lot of you property managers out there, if you don't already own properties, ownership is a great way to grow your management portfolio. Most of you know that's how we started. We started with my own portfolio that I've been growing since 2010, and that automatically helped us earn the trust of a lot of our management clients, knowing that we manage my properties alongside all of our partners. Owning property has a whole bunch of other things that go into it. We've talked about all of those things on this channel. Times are a bit different than they were several years ago, but there's still great opportunities out there. Another great side to being a property manager is that a lot of times your partners, your management clients, at some point want to sell their property, and you are the first one to hear about it. Being a property manager is a great natural progression into that, because you can own 1,000 properties, but if you don't know how to manage them well, then they're not going to do well. You're not going to have good returns, and the whole thing doesn't work. And so sometimes you can work out some good deals. You already know how to manage the property, of course, and it's a win-win for both sides. Now, step 13, I saved this one for last because this is really further down your growth journey. This is to actually acquire another property management business. Now, that might sound like this huge undertaking, but there's a lot of property management businesses out there that aren't that big, right? Maybe they have 10, 20, 30 properties, and they're just burnt out. They've been doing it for a long time. Their owners love them, but they're just done with it. And so this can be a really good way to increase your portfolio really quickly. Of course, this does require you invest and purchase that company. In the management business, usually the valuations, how much someone might sell their property management business for, it varies, but it can be anywhere from 1 to 3 times what they're earning in revenue on an annual basis. We know as property managers that if we do a good job managing properties, we should continue to manage properties for 7 to 10 years. And so if you invest today to acquire maybe a smaller company, knowing that you can expect to earn revenue from these properties for the next 3, 5, 10 years, it can be a great way to grow your portfolio quickly. So there you are. There's 13 strategies to grow your short-term rental business. I know that was a lot to take in, especially if you're driving or you're multitasking, you're handling guest questions. So we put together an ebook that goes in much more detail on all of these 13 steps. You can get it by going to strriches.com, or you can grab it down in the show notes. I hope you found those helpful, and we will of course have lots of tips on how to actually manage all of these new properties effectively coming in the near future. Stay tuned, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.